TikTok dentists are finally being thrown in prison.
These TikTok dentists are ruining people's lives, but for some reason, that's not stopping people from lining up down the block and just letting these people drill on their teeth. Because, hey, I guess we have a massive common sense issue going on in this country, because 4 years ago on TikTok, the only dental advice we saw were those teenagers filing away their teeth.
I'm gonna file my teeth down with a nail file because they're not perfect.
I guess that was for the aesthetic look. We did actually cover this about 1 billion years ago, as I'm now a dinosaur in the commentary space. But back then, at least the general consensus on TikTok was never take any dental advice from anyone on that platform. I guess at that time, the only people doing it were teenagers who didn't know better. But unfortunately, only 4 years later, we have this wave of TikTok.
Filing your teeth down because they're uneven is so insane to me, bro. Like, game. At that point, she might have to file down the rest of her teeth and just get veneers, bro. Because I don't know if you can, like, get veneers to replace, like, certain teeth. Can you? Or do you have to only get, like, the full, like, rack? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Veneer techs, which isn't even a real term, but they're literally not dentists. They gain followings on TikTok, shilling absolute garbage veneer procedures for anywhere from $1,000 to $8,000. And while that sounds like a lot of
robbing
money,
these people,
if you've ever gotten real veneers, especially here in the US, you would know that sounds a little bit too good to be true. And you would be right to think so, because multiple clients of these TikTok veneer techs have almost either passed away due to these procedures or completely lost their teeth. And this has completely altered their lives as they know it. I previously made a video on this topic where we covered the influencer by name of Winter, who had her jaw movement completely destroyed by one of these veneer techs. And the plot has thickened as a lot more stories are coming out about other people's experiences with these veneer techs. Inside Edition recently ran a story on a woman who had her entire life ruined by a veneer tech. And we got to check that out because it is just wild.
This woman says a so-called veneer technician offered an amazing deal for the smile of her dreams.
I was gullible at the time. I was excited.
She says for $3,500, this woman, known online as the Veneer Fairy, performed the procedure.
The Veneer Fairy. Yeah, gang. I'm not letting... Look, no offense to any dentists out there, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not letting nobody that look like this touch my mouth, bro. I'm sorry.
She permanently glued veneer caps over her existing teeth.
Bro JJ, quick story. While I was at pay, my boy got challenged to a push-up challenge, and him and another kid were finna do push-ups, and when my boy started doing push-ups, the other guy stood up and pushed him into the ground, which made his tooth hit the ground and chip, and bro did not get a lot fixed.
Bro. Stood up, pushed him into the ground. I'm not gonna lie, at that point, I'm crashing out. I'm standing up and I'm beating the shit out of that nigga. Me personally, especially if I would have seen my tooth. Like, if I would have fell and then, like, I would have saw, like, the chipped tooth on the ground, I would have crashed out, bro. And the security guards at the school better not stop me, bro. I'm beating this nigga ass.
Yeah, teeth glistening. Who did that?
But just 1 hour later,
I was crying, you know, in tears. My mouth was on fire. It felt like 1,000 ants.
1 single hour is how long they lasted. Here's a screenshot of her deleted page, and as you can see, her pricing is on the bottom left there. $1,500 sounds cheap for veneers until you realize they'll last for an hour. Yikes. But are you getting constant spam calls? Well, if so, you might have a lot of unwanted information about yourself on the internet.
Oh.
And
Totozi
for multiple times a day have vanished. That's also sadly just the tip of the iceberg for what data collectors collect. The crazier stuff.
Oh, wait, whoa, we're still in the ad?
Without further ado, let's continue the video.
She says the Veneer Fairy tried to pull out the veneers, but they wouldn't budge. So the patient, Special Overton, says she took matters into her own hands.
I knew it wasn't something that I was going to keep in my mouth. I took my hand and I yanked them as hard as I could. I just closed my eyes and I proud them out. I didn't know if I pulled my teeth out, but I know I wanted some type of relief.
Go to a hospital or a real dentist. Yanking your teeth out of your mouth? What? Hold up. Okay, let me rephrase my previous statement. $1,500 sounds cheap until you realize they'll be so painful that you will physically rip your teeth out within an hour of having them. How are these people not in jail? But after doing a lot of research on this topic, I'm seeing a lot of people say a lot of these veneer techs are actually getting these veneer inserts off of Temu. So I did some
I would have beat them up in
searching
front of the
around
30
on
kids,
Temu,
bro.
and I
I'm not even gonna lie.
find some man-made horrors. The alarming thing is 48,000 of these sets have been sold for under $20. So now it's starting to make a little bit more sense how these veneer techs can charge so low but still make so much. So I mean, hey, if you have zero regard for human life and you don't mind potentially going to prison, being a veneer tech seems to be a pretty profitable venture. That's a joke, by the way.
And people are falling for this. Like, I'm pretty sure someone today might have fell for this. Like, that's the sad part, bro. Like, videos like this aren't gonna, like, you know what I'm saying?
Please never do this to someone. I don't care how stupid the customer is. Don't enable their stupidity for profit.
We found unlicensed operators advertising their services across the USA.
But
We found unlicensed.
She won free veneers? Come help me prep for my next client. Bro, if my dentist looks like this, bro, don't touch my mouth, gang. Don't get close to me. If my dentist has on a chain, don't get close to me. Bro, what is this,
Operators
bro?
advertising their services across the USA.
You want to do a moldy, right?
Jay Colombo of Fairfield, New Jersey sure looks like a dentist.
Oh, and he's from New Jersey, bro. I'm not letting nobody that's from New Jersey touch my mouth, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Online, he calls himself the Dental Daddy.
The Dental Daddy? Really? No way people let the TikTok Dental Daddy work on their teeth. This is straight up Darwinism. Remember the viral question of, oh, would you spend a night in the forest with some dude or a grizzly bear? And then a shocking amount of women were like, the grizzly bear. I feel like this is the dental equivalent to that question. Would you rather have Dr.
Okay, alright. Just girl dentist is fine. The dentist was wearing a chain. They had on a chain. And you're all fully tatted, like, he looks like he about to, like, stick something in you when you sleeping or something. Like, nah, bro. Nah. I did have this dentist, though. Hold up, though. I had this dentist, right? She was, wait, what day was this? I forgot what day this was. Alright, this was like a couple months ago. Right? I forgot to tell y'all this. I meant to tell y'all this whenever it happened, but I don't think I streamed that day. So look, had it done this a couple months ago. She was touching my teeth and everything, right? And then she was talking to me about like, oh, okay, what you got planned for today? Like, she was Asian, so you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm like, and like, tell you shit. But anyways, so, boom, right? I'm talking to the dentist, and then she's like, yeah, oh, your teeth are fine. Cause like, bro, I peeped. I don't floss, right? Bro, who actually, like, come on, bro. I probably floss like maybe once every 6 months. So, I floss right before I go to the dentist, right? Like, I start flossing like 2 days before I go to the dentist. So that way, they don't say, oh, you don't floss. Like, I'm flossed, gang. I'm flossed. My gums are probably like inflamed or something because I probably got gingivitis. But I flossed though, gang. Right? So she's like, oh yeah, your teeth are really nice. Like, I don't even gotta like, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then she was like, all right, well, what do you do? Like, what are you doing like later today? And I was just like, all right, like, you know, what did I tell? I forgot. I capped. Like, literally, I was going home to go play Power World, I think. Like, I was lying. But whatever I said was a lie. But then she was like, oh yeah, I like to do that too with my friends. And like, bro, I was trying to get her number to, like, that's the whole thing. But then she said she had a man and stuff like that. So then I was like, I wasn't completely off of it. Because I'm like, bro, that doesn't mean nothing to me, bro. Like, I could still, like, at least get the number. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, go from there. Because obviously, I'm expecting her relationship to end. Right? Bro. Oh my, I fumbled, bro, because then when the actual doctor came in, because she was just there to clean my teeth. She wasn't the actual, like, guy who was going to be working on my, like, you know, like, my actual tooth surgery stuff, right? Or not surgery, but, like, the whole cleaning and everything. Bro, he came in and was like, bro, he was the only one talking, and then, like, I couldn't see her no more. Like, she was in, like, the background I couldn't see, and then he just, like, oh, yeah, hold your mouth open. He's like, like, open my mouth. I'm like, bro. I fumbled, bro. I should have asked her, like, right then and there, bro. I fumbled, though.
Jones work on
I
your
fumbled
teeth,
it.
or the TikTok dental daddy? Gee, I don't know.
Dental
I'm
daddy is
comparing
so
these two
crazy.
questions because, let's be real, I don't think it's the guys who are lining up around the block to see the TikTok dental daddy. I want a boring dentist. A dentist who is obsessed with teeth, not TikTok aesthetics. Speaking of which, I had
If you walk in there, your dentist has a whole like tripod set up with their phone, and they got lights and everything, and they're like, "Hey, like, who is my client today?" And you're like, I'm just here to get my teeth whitened. Like, I'm not really here for all this."
the most boring
you know what I'm
experience
saying?
at the
I'm
dentist
supposed
last
to be
time I was
41st,
there
80%?
because throughout the entire session of him cleaning my teeth, which was
Okay.
like 45 minutes,
Out of
he
how
was
many?
shilling me some, I guess, like wireless toothbrush that kind of tracks where I've brushed within my mouth, and it was kind of
Oh.
like a 45-minute unskippable ad, which I couldn't skip or interject in because, you know, I was just laying there gaping with my mouth open, so it's not like I could change the conversation. I just had to sit there and listen to him because, you know, you can't really respond. So that was definitely an interesting experience. At least my Incogni ad was less than 90 seconds and you can skip it. That's where today's sponsor, Incogni, comes
What?
in because they man
Another sponsor?
80
Oh,
on the topic with a destroyed jaw.
But don't be fooled by that charm.
Let me see your teeth. Do you have a nice one?
Wearing hidden cameras, Inside Edition producers Katie Taylor and Megan Lupo met with him in this
Oh.
office.
Does it hurt? No, it's pain. It's procedure.
The price?
You said it was $6,000?
It's a sale. Oh, you guys want to do this today?
No thank you.
It's a sale? Dude's the worst salesman ever. Also, why is it so dark in there? $6,000 though. That's more than the other lady, but still way less than the US average of about $20,000.
We caught up with him outside his office. Are you performing illegal veneer procedures here? Are you performing illegal veneer procedures here?
Excuse me, no.
Why did you U-turn then, bud? Like, dude is running like he had something to hide. I couldn't find the dental daddy on TikTok or Instagram, but I did find Princess Cuts, who is also featured on this Inside Edition video. And this woman, she's just completely making a joke out of all this. POV, you're about to win the veneer tech competition and I walk in. Being
a veneer tech competition to see who can ruin teeth the fastest. I would have never guessed this in 2024, bro.
veneer tech isn't a real thing.
I would have
These
never
people
guessed.
are just gaslighting people who don't know better on TikTok.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Someone called me.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. Wow.
You should be getting your dental license instead of making these TikToks. This is just so bad. From what I can tell,
True.
she's the first self-aware person doing this. Most of the others just conveniently leave out the fact that they aren't a real dentist. But she's at least very forward about it. And her prices are extremely low, scary low, as low or actually lower than the other veneer tech who ruined that woman's life. If you pick your dentist off of a TikTok dancing video, you're in for a world of pain. And it seems like this woman is doing pop-up shops all around America, which might help her fly under the radar for longer, or I guess get away with it for a little bit longer. The only problem is she's so public with what she's doing on TikTok. So eventually, law enforcement are going to catch up, you would hope, right? And thankfully, they are cracking down on this activity. It's just taking its sweet time. But it also seems like the government is just playing one big game of whack-a-mole with these people, as CBS News Chicago ran a story on another veneer tech where one of the victims, Monica Bailey here, went to this veneer tech without realizing she wasn't a dentist or braces. And as if that's not bad enough, here's the massive kicker.
An arrest. Davis knows all about that. Apparently, the veneer experts had also been operating at this Las Vegas strip mall, and Davis got picked up for illegally practicing dentistry without a Nevada dental license.
You see that mugshot, and what goes through your mind?
I couldn't believe it.
Then she looked at a calendar. Court documents show Davis was released from police custody in Nevada on January 31st. It was
Okay.
only 9 days later when Bailey says she and her daughter got braces from the unlicensed dentist.
So in 9 days, she went to her other location in Chicago and just continued business as usual. And this one's especially bad because the victim didn't know the person working on her teeth wasn't an actual dentist and was literally just arrested or serving time for this 9 days prior. It doesn't get too much worse than that. But here they had a real dentist look at the situation.
Bailey also got bad news from Dr. Zalay.
They look like real braces, but they don't connect to anything in the back, and so there's no way to move the teeth.
Meaning the braces aren't fixing anything.
Thankfully, she didn't have to rip out her teeth, but still, she essentially got some useless braces and were scammed out of the money thinking they were real braces. This is just a terrible trend, and I hope it ends soon, but I don't think we're gonna be that lucky. And I guess this is just one of those new age scams, so please be aware of who gets to work on your teeth. And remember, you can always look up and verify licenses if there's any doubt. But other than that,
that's something, bro. This baffles me that veneer techs are a thing. Then they deserve to go to jail. Veneer techs from TikTok is like choosing a pilot from a reality show. What could go wrong? Pulling your fake teeth out with your dirty hands instead of going to the ER just shows how much it must have hurt. I hope she goes and looks at this truly. Hopefully her real teeth didn't fall out. Like, ouch. File my teeth down to the nubs. Holy shit, did they really push their way through all that pain? He just finally decides that dental health care is just regular health care. It'll start getting better. It's dumb that so many doctors ignore the whole most things go into. That's true. I wasn't a born dentist. I want an educated dentist. Accredited dentistry school and licensed to... Yeah, I don't know, bro. If you're going to a specific veneer tech just because you want veneers and they're affordable, you gotta look at yourself and say, why are these veneers affordable? Then you'll probably think about it longer than a second and be like, you know what? Probably don't need to do this.